Hey everybody, it's Jer. So before I get started, let me say that I just got my first vaccine shot. It was Pfizer. They had to put a Band-Aid on so that the chip doesn't fall out. Oh my God, people. Wait, getting a message. It's the government. They're saying, wait, what is that? Get your vaccine. Okay. Yeah, everybody get your vaccine. No, yeah, get your vaccine. If you haven't yet, please do. Not just for you, but for those around you, it's important. So, this video will probably post on Sunday. I think I'm going to post it on Sunday. I am recording it on Friday, the 9th of April. Yeah, so the 9th of April. This last week, I had a friend who lost their mother. Their mother passed away. And it made me it made me think again. Anytime somebody that I'm close to has a situation that they're dealing with, I try to, and I feel like this is normal. I think it should be normal if it's not. I try to think about, I try to have empathy and think about what, like in this case, what my friend's mother felt before passing away, and what my friend feels. And sometimes that's easy to do because I've been through experiences. Obviously, I've never died, so I don't know what that feels like, going into that. But I try to put myself in that situation, and I got to thinking, and I used to be, but I'm not afraid of dying. Now, I say that after getting a vaccine that is life-saving, and I'm not afraid of dying, but I also don't believe you should test it. I don't believe that you should be like, oh, I'm not scared of dying, I'm going to go do this, and it'd be something crazy stupid and that you could really die from. But I also don't think that you should be in a cocoon and not living life. I think you should live life, but for me, I'm not going out and doing things that bring my risk to extremes that I could die. Sorry, I'm sweating. I just got back from a walk. My hair is like, yeah. So, yeah. And I feel like that's a normal fear. That's something that a lot of people fear, is the fear of death and dying and being scared of what's on the other side. But let me remind you, you have no control. You have very little control about when you're going to die. If really any control. I mean, if you're going to, like I said, live your life in a cocoon, then what is the point of living? Like, you just might as well just like be okay with dying because you've lived in a cocoon this whole time. And then if you're taking risk to die, then you probably want to die. Like, you're probably just really okay with dying. I don't know that, like, I'm not scared of it. I'm not rushing towards it either. And I think that there is a lot, like I have a lot of curiosity about what's on the other side, but I'm not scared of it. And I feel like there is something on the other side. Probably about 70% of me feels like there's something on the other side. And I feel like we are all here for a reason. I feel like there's more. I don't know if that's a God, like one being that controls everything. And more so, I think of it as like the universe. Like, there is a higher being or beings, and that I call it the universe. feel like something that hammers that fear, that uses that fear of the unknown, of what's going to happen on the other side, and of dying just in general, and uses it and hammers it into people, is just about any religion believes or has this idea that takes a common fear of death and then uses it to scare people to do the things that they want done or feel like you should be doing. And I don't have anything against any religion. I don't. I don't have any kind of agenda against religion. But I do wish that they wouldn't use that fear, to take advantage of people, to get people to live a certain life that they feel is better, or is better. I also feel like a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people feel miserable in religion, and feel miserable with having to live that life like straight edge, and you can only do this, and if you do this, you're going to this really bad place. But if you keep doing this, you're going to go to this really good place at the end. And so people make adjustments to their life for stuff that a lot of times in a lot of religious text was written to get people to follow laws during a time that they really needed people to follow laws of the land to keep everybody in line. They wanted to grow the population. And so there's a lot of laws and religious text that keep people to where they continue to grow the population. And these laws are written, though, for a time whenever that was needed. And they did this, they used this fear-based method of scaring people into, listen, you either do this, or at the end you're going to go and live eternally in this bad place. And there was no time limit to any of these laws. Like, it wasn't like, we will keep these laws until this happens. It was, these are the laws and this is how it's going to be. And so I feel like that carries on. Actually, I know it carries on, and people continue to do that. And I think that it makes people even get to the point that they aren't living their life here on earth to the fullest, because of that fear of the bad thing, of hell or whatever other bad place that your religion says you'll go. And that's bothersome. It's really frustrating. I don't think great if you have a religion. I think that religion has good aspects in it, and I believe that a lot of people need religion for structure. I think it helps a lot of people. But then also I think it kind of does a disservice to people who don't necessarily need that structure and would need the religion to have a structure, and end up living their life in fear and being scared. And I hate that for those people, because that's not living a life. That's living in fear. And then a lot of those people, like I was saying, are miserable and will pass that misery on to anybody else who is living a life that they don't agree with. It is not your job. There's no religion that tells you that it is your job to go out of your way to make sure that everybody's living the same life you're living. And if they're not, they're wrong. They're less than. That's ridiculous. Don't do that. And I have people that come after me because I'm gay and, I'm not supposed to live that way. And I'm just like, you must be really, really miserable to be taking out time and be so frustrated with my happiness that you need to come and preach to me and put, jam your religion down my throat. And then and sometimes they get people to transfer over that miserable life. I'm not saying everybody in religion is miserable, but I'm saying there are a lot of people in religion who are miserable and not living their life to the fullest and fearing death. And I don't know of any, if there's a creator, if there's a God, that creator or God, I can't see where they would want you to be miserable. I can't see where they'd want you to go through life fearing death. Like, what would be the point of living if that's what your life is about? I don't get it, and I don't think that people should. So I'm telling you this morning, today, this afternoon, whatever it happens to be, stop fearing death. Live life. Don't chance death. Like, don't go to extremes to try to die, but also live life. And I'm okay. I am in this place where I am okay. If I were to die today, I would be okay with that. Do I want to die today? No. But I would be okay if I did, because I have lived a full life. And I have lived to where I'm not living in a cocoon. I mean, I lived on the streets of New York. I traveled all across the country, staying with random strangers for like a year and a half. And I've done things that people might think is crazy, but I've lived life. I've lived a full life, and I'm content with that. And I think that you should be too. And if you're not living a life that you feel is full, you need to make changes. And if you're living in fear of the end, stop. Because you deserve to have a full life, just like anybody. Everybody deserves to have a full life without the fear of the end. And then where the end comes, you have so much to be thankful for. And if you're not living life like that, you need to stop and question what you need to change to live like that, because you deserve to live a full life. And if your religion makes you feel, or in your mind makes you feel, that you have to go through life fearing death, something is wrong. Something is wrong. If the people around you make you feel like you have to go through life fearing death, something is wrong. Make changes, because you deserve to have a full life. Do good. Live life to the fullest. Don't hurt others. Go out of your way to do good for others. Leave this world better than whenever you arrived. And do your best here without living in a cocoon. Because if you live in a cocoon, you might as well just be dead. I'm not saying to kill yourself, but you might as well just not be living, because that's not life. But neither is living in fear of death, living in fear of what's on the other end. Because whatever is on the other end, death is inevitable. And whatever is on the other end is inevitable. Like, that's going to happen. So live your life now, make the most of it. Stop, living in the fear. Living in fear is ridiculous. Live your life. Make the most of it. And make other people's lives better along the way too. That is what I have to say. Is that that got me thinking. My friend losing his mom got me thinking. And I don't fear death. I don't fear the end. I'm not scared of it. I'm curious about what's on the other end. But I feel like that's normal. I feel like people are going to be curious about what's on the other end, if anything. And then, more than that, I don't know that I fear, but I worry about losing loved ones. Because loved ones are valuable. People who loved you for who you are unconditionally, that's valuable. And whenever you lose those people, whenever I lose people like that, it's tough. It's challenging. And maybe I shouldn't. That's attachment. And I feel like I feel like we shouldn't attach. But I also feel like part of life is love. on many levels. And whenever you lose loved ones, that's hard, and I hate that for anybody. I feel bad for people who lose loved ones, but I'm not scared of what is ahead and what's coming and in the end and the other side. If there's another side, like I'm not scared of that. So, but I used to be. I used to live in fear of the end and being scared of what happens and don't. If anything, I don't fear it, but I wonder about the difference that I make here. That is something I want, is to have made a positive difference here. That's important. That's really important to me. I want to have lived for something. So, anyway, that is all I have. Please, please, please get your vaccine if you can. If you're in the U.S., vaccinefinder.org is how I found where to get my vaccine, which was right up the road. I was able to walk to the grocery store and get it. Vaccinefinder.org. It should tell you what places locally have vaccines. Go get it. Take care of yourself. Love one another. Love others. Love yourself. And I will talk to you soon. Probably next week. Okay. I love you all. And I'll talk to you. Bye. Mwah.